What's going on, y'all? This is not the podcast. This is not anything like that. This is emotions aside. This is something I literally just thought about, and I had conversation with my brothers about because we always talking and we have these conversations, and I wanted to start capturing them and putting them out as content to help somebody else, because it does no use if we're all just having these conversations and almost being selfish with it to do our own thing. Each person on this table or on this platform right now, we want to inspire to help the world in any way that we can possible. So I wanted to bring this content to you guys so that way you can hear some of the conversations that we're having behind the scenes while it's a pandemic going on and everybody's in panic mode and turmoil mode. Like, I wanted to give y'all that dose of inspiration or whatever you guys take from this. So I'll ask Joe first, and then we'll go to Demetrius. How are you feeling right now about the world and what's going on in it?
Yeah, man. It's funny at the same time, and then at another time it's serious because somebody could be losing a family member, and then somebody could be just having time to spend with their family. So it's kind of like I'm stuck in between the two because it's two different worlds. But it's a shift. It's a shift going on, not just in the U.S. but in the world. You know what I'm saying? So this shift is causing discomfort, and it's causing a lot of things in people's household, family, finances. And for some, it's an opportunity, and some is a degress. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of stuck in the middle. I don't know. I try to maintain composure and just be focused on what's ahead of me, and also still be considerate and still be mindful of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an entrepreneur, I don't want to take advantage of it in the wrong way.
Right.
But I want to actually be a help in this situation. So it's a unique situation, bro.
Right.
We saw the swine flu. We saw. We've seen quite a few. I'd say probably about 3 or 4. Mad cow disease. What's that one? The insects.
Ebola. Was that Ebola one that came?
Ebola. Yep. What else?
Zika.
Yeah, we've seen a few, but none like this. Like this one is pretty different, man.
It's changing everything right now. Like, it's a whole global economy, and I'll talk after Demetrius, but it really is changing. Like you said, the whole dynamic shift. Like, and I want to be a part of it. Like, this is stuff that we only read in history books. Like, and we actually living through it right now. And I don't think people recognize the impact of what's about to happen. We're about to, like you said, we're going into a different space in life right now. Go ahead, Demetrius. How about you? How you feeling, man?
Man, look, I feel, I feel for the people that are being directly affected, as far as the people who are going through it and they're in a situation where they actually have the coronavirus. For the people who do not have it, I feel like people are putting their energy into the wrong space. People are spending their time, literally running around getting all the tissue paper. They getting all this, milk, all these things. They're doing all of this, spending all this money. And it's like people they spent all this stuff to hoard these supplies, and they could have invested a portion of that. And then in 10 years, that same amount they could have invested would have been able to create a line of wealth for their family to create multiple businesses. It's just, I think people are wasting their time caught up in social media and people who have like conspiracy theories and trying to rationalize something that wasn't meant for them to rationalize. The bottom line is you take precautions, you make sure you listening to the right things, and you protecting your family as much as possible. But this is also the time when I think this is when there's a shift in the leaders and the people who are decision makers, because the people who panic, there's always going to be those, but they need a leader in the time when they're panicking. And I think now is the time when leaders present themselves.
Joe, you got something to add on to that?
Yeah, man, definitely with the investing part. Did I send that app to you, Stash?
No, I seen it. Now I got it.
Okay.
I never heard of that. What's that?
Stash is a app where you can invest. It actually teaches you how to invest and what's popping right now. So I'm not too familiar with it, but it coaches you through making good investments, and it can come out of your account monthly automatically. So it's called STASH, Stash. Send it to him, Reggie. But
Nah, I got you. It's almost like not the Cash App, Robin Hood, and what's the other one? It's another one that everybody used too, but I can't think right now.
I don't know.
Man, it's
quite a
gonna kill
few.
me. Acorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acorn.
Okay.
So
It's similar to
basically
that.
help you invest in me and my wife, we was looking at some investments and traveling, anything that's involved in traveling, anything that's involved in what you call them, traveling agencies, resorts,
Resorts.
all of that stuff, the stock dropped because ain't nobody moving, right? Ain't nobody going places. So we was just looking at different stuff and the things that we can invest in that may increase, like oils, essential oils, because everybody is now cognitive and aware of, okay, now I need to boost my immune system. Now I need to get healthy. So it may be too late to jump on that, but just making those smart decisions on investing in stuff that you actually contribute to. If I go and buy and shop at Whole Foods or buy a certain product, why not invest in it? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Nah, and it's exactly what Demetrius is saying, and me and Joe had that same conversation. Like even now, I think I got something in the mail where they saying like with the voting, like you can mail in your voting now, or you can, and there it's, I don't think it's almost like when the mind stretch, it can't shrink back to the way it was before. So I'm thinking a lot of the chaos is people not knowing how to manage in this new world of technology and all of that stuff. And now the people that know how to do it, they're going to stretch and they're going to grow into it. And then we're not going to go back. Like, I feel like in this moment right now, that's why I wanted to record it as well. Like, it's a lot of things that's about to change. And I don't know if y'all seen it going around on social media, but Bill Gates stepped down as a CEO. It's all of these big leaders stepping down off of their position within the culture. So to Demetrius' point, it's a lot of changing of the guards right now. And these seats are going to have to be filled at some point.
Right. It's true. And and it's so crazy too, to add to that, like, man, like I'm looking at just inside of the industry that I'm in, you know, the amount of people that reached out, I would just say this week, whether even if it wasn't to do business, but just for like clarification, like, you know, hey, I'm thinking about switching careers. Like, can you help me with this? Or I'm thinking of it, because people are at a point right now where, you know, and honestly, this is why I think entrepreneurship is so important, because right now I think people are starting to see what they saw as like a sense of security within, you know, corporate America and these different jobs. And they're saying, hold on, in one shift, I could lose everything that I thought was stability. Like, my family depends on me to get a paycheck, and hold on, my job just said I'm laid off because of a virus. And it's just like, if we have a way right now, I think as people who grew up with technology, we have a way to really take it and not necessarily capitalize off of the misfortune of others, but more so shift the mindset and become leaders and be able to create opportunities for other people to, you know, be able to monetize the gifts and talents that they have on different platforms through, you know, through the internet or through different, you know, lanes. So,
how you feeling, Joe?
Man, he hit it on the nail, man. Like, that's so true. And a lot of people seeing that a lot on social media because entrepreneurs are on social media, you know,
right.
and that's the new popular thing. That's, you know, that's the cool thing right now. But like you were saying, I was watching basically like a report or whatever about Trump, your boy Trump, Reggie, and let's keep this part in the video too.
I am. Listen, this is going out tomorrow. I'm not editing. This is going out tomorrow.
I love it. But yeah, man, he was talking about, and I told you this, medical, telehealth. And so now you don't even have to go see the doctors. You can just, you know, off of Skype or off of the FaceTime, naturally have a doctor's visit. And so I never
mind shifting.
That's a whole other level, because you think a doctor got to be so hands-on, he got to be, you know what I mean? But you can have a doctor's visit and he asks you, how do this, you know, do this, or whatever they tell you, breathe, I don't know. But just to think that now you can visit your doctor at home, that's going to take opportunity. That's going to shift things to, you know, the internet. It's going to shift things to, investing more into that, creating more supplies and things to actually orient it around Medicare at home. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what your boy was saying. What's your name again?
Demetrius.
Demetrius, what he was saying, what Demetrius was saying.
Nah, but look, you know what's crazy to go on that? So it's a company that is based out of and maybe based out of North Carolina. Maybe not. I know they have a couple of their directors here, but it's a small startup called Rely Med. And what they do is exactly what you're talking about. Their company, the way that it's set up is that for people who can't necessarily afford to pay into insurance and things of that nature, all they have to do is they download this app or whatever the case may be, and you go in, you say whatever your issue is. And the issue before was they weren't necessarily prescribing medication through these telehealth things, but now they had a capability to do it. So if I'm a doctor, I'm gonna just chill. Like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just work for 5 different telehealth companies and chill at home. Because why do I want to go and be in an office, and I can be in Aruba and just prescribe medication.
Yeah.
No, and I think to both of y'all point, this is a time where the guard is shifting in the sense of the people who were preparing, like for myself and everybody that's on this call right now, we have already been working from home. Like, this is not like a punishment to us. This is like, wait, I get more time to work from home.
Yeah.
Nothing in my everyday life has changed, though.
Nothing.
They just not catching up.
And that's what I'm saying.
They don't have no chicken breast at the store. I mean,
right.
They ran out of chicken breast.
That's it. Like, y'all just messing up the flow of what we already had going on. Yeah. But to y'all point, I think we're going to be ahead of the curve because what we've been learning, everybody has to take the time to catch up. From me learning how to build websites to podcasting to blogging to even doing this Zoom call and being able to edit it, put it up, and do all that stuff by tomorrow, it's going to take somebody years to gain that knowledge because of the transition. Like, the skill sets that we've developed over time are going to be more prominent now than they were before, because I think the job market is about to open up where you can do 2 or 3, 4 or 5 gigs from your crib, whereas opposed to you ain't got to go out and do Uber as much. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many different things. So I to y'all point, man, I feel like that's what's happening in this current moment.
Yeah, it is like, as far as just the employment and how it's moving and transitioning. I mean, I'm talking to people almost every day, just picking their brain. What do you, whether it's somebody that I'm working with or just somebody that I met, and just saying, hey, like, what does it look like as far as remote employment goes for your company? And the thing is, I think a lot of companies were nervous at first because they don't have the same control. They don't have the same ability to say, like, all right, to track the metrics and be able to say, all right, well, he was away from his desk for 2 minutes. They may not have that ability, but now they're investing more into those technologies so they can make sure that they can track metrics. They can track, what people are doing. And if people are productive, I honestly think, like, this is just my, my feelings towards it. I think that throughout this coronavirus, where people are forced to work from home, I think that this is going to be the shift in the workplace where companies start saying that it makes more sense to lower the cost of their monthly spending by letting people work from home. If people can be productive and efficient. And the thing that closes down a lot of jobs, though, too, for the corporate janitor, the companies that they're coming to clean the offices, and commercial real estate. If everybody's working from home, you don't need these buildings anymore.
100%. And I know Joe, even when we talked earlier, he was saying, like, his fitness is just like people hitting him up like, yo, what's the work from home? What can I do? I can't get to Planet Fitness. Look, he on the phone now. Go ahead, Joe, talk to me.
I bet.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on in the fitness industry right now because of this whole virus?
The gyms are closed. I just had a cat from Atlanta. The dude was like, man, do you know any at-home workouts I can do? I just had somebody hit me up. Hey, what kind of food can I be eating? People are becoming more cognitive and aware of the things that matters now, because the job take up so much time of their day. So now they want to figure out, okay, what can I do at home? What can I read? What can I exercise and do? How can I, you know what I mean? So when you take away all of these stuff that distract us, when you take away, I got to drive to home. I mean, drive to work. I got to wake up, prepare, put on my clothes. Like all that stuff is not just a 9 to 5. It's really like you working 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So, back to what you were saying, but people just becoming more aware of their health now. And so they hit me up and hitting probably a lot of more people up and just trying to become healthier now, trying to become more aware, you know what I'm saying, of their immune system. So a lot of people are dying right now. And the crazy thing about this, Reggie, I was doing some research, and I don't even think 1,000 people died in the U.S. from this virus. I don't think it reached 1,000 yet. It may be over 1,000, but I don't think it's that many. I don't remember the stats, but the amount of people that die from heart disease, the amount of people that die from lung disease, the amount of people that die from diseases that we have control over is probably 10 times more than this. But this is something that we're publicizing, it's being publicized and being brought to attention on a higher level than the things that we've been dealing with in the past. That people like me, people like, doctors or nutritionists or dietitians or whoever, that we've been dealing with and helping people fight for years. But this now is just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like the flu. It's almost equivalent to having the flu or something like that. But you got to think about heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, all this different stuff. Way more people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people die from these things every year.
It's a fact, and
Yeah.
it's making people. And actually, I just thought of it. Mind you, I'm going with this on the fly, so I just thought about something. And I'll come back to you, Joe, because that's going to be key when I come back. Demetrius, for yourself, what are some ways? And I seen you posted it up the other day within the job market. Like, what's 2 or 3 tips to help people in this time with the job market part of it?
I would say pull your resume out, blow the dust off it. When is the last time you looked at your resume? Just check your resume, tap into, somebody you trust, somebody who, is a professional, and just, revise your resume and look into where's your, whatever your career is, whether, like you said, with the medicine, if it's shifting towards telehealth, can you make that shift towards that? Look towards the future, not the present, because you would rather be in front of it than behind it, where you're looking for a job in the future. So while you have time at home and you work from home, look for the next step inside of your profession and what you can do. And then I would say, I love LinkedIn. Update your LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, if you're not working LinkedIn, you should be on LinkedIn more than Instagram. Work LinkedIn and just update it and make sure that you're capturing a different audience with people who are decision makers. Because once you have a decision maker's attention, then pretty much, as far as the whole application process, you won't have to worry about that. Then make sure that you get where you need to be. So,
Joe, I'll ask you the same thing as far as fitting people working from home, or working out from home. What are some 2 or 3 things that you would recommend for them to work out to help with them to have healthy living at home right now?
Just do simple movements. You don't need weights. You don't walk around with weights on machines. You walk around with your body. So do body squats, do push-ups, and do it to where you can make it fun with your family. Right now, everybody is at home with their family. Work out with your kids. Work out with your spouses, or work out playing some music you enjoy. Doing push-ups, squats, sit-ups, or any ab type exercise, or any jumping too. If you don't have any knee back problems, and you can do jumping jacks, burpees, anything like that, do those, and do it more so like in a HIIT type workout where you do some squats. I'm gonna do 25 squats and then rest for 15 seconds and then do 25 push-ups. From a male point of view, if a female can do it, then good, kudos. But also take essential oils. Oregano in the oil base, it boosts your immune system. You have to mix it with olive oil, taking tea tree oil, and also coconut oil. Implementing these things in your diet increase your immune system, and it boosts up your gut health so that you won't get sick. Like, I personally don't get sick because I try to stay on top of those things. So those are just some simple tweaks.
And I'll end off with to Demetrius, and then I come back to Joe again. What's your day looking like right now since you working from home, and like it's been about, it was Wednesday, it's been about 3 days, so you kind of got an average on like what's constantly going on from morning to night. What's your day been looking like so far, so people could get an idea what they could be doing if they're not already doing it, or what they could start doing tomorrow?
But my gym's still open, so, so you know, go to the gym. Then after that, it's just you know, really trying to work on skills. The skills. A lot of times, you know, we focus so much on the grind. At least I know, and I know a lot of people is working just as hard, you know, as me. You know, you work on your grind, trying to get new clients, trying to get whatever. And sometimes you forget to actually work on soft skills to better yourself. So just doing research, reading books, and then trying to figure out ways that I can improve my business, so that way, as things start to, you know, scale and different people reach out, I have even a better service to offer them. So I just working on my skills, and then working with any clients that come in and giving them the best service I can.
How about you, Joe? What's your day looking like so far?
I wake up, like he said, my gym's still open too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, gotta hit the gym, man. And I'm in Sweet Home, Alabama, so ain't much going on here. It ain't too many people like, you know, Philly and you know, the East Coast, but I go there and I train a few clients. I usually train about two clients a day. And then I come back, look at my emails, check everything, inbox, message everybody I need to message. And like he said, I just try to hone my skills, man. For me and what I do, a lot of people think it's mostly about fitness, but it's about sales, being able to connect with people, being able to make an exchange. I have something to offer. All right, you have a need. This is how I can meet you. And so doing that conversation is big for me. It's sales, and spending time with my little boy. I'm kind of in and out. You know, he's 2 weeks. So in and out with her, you know, my wife, and coming back. So that's kind of like a transition for me. But I'm just enjoying the ride, bro.
Congratulations too. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we all fathers, so they will be back. This is just something that was on my mind, and I wanted to start today. I'm still figuring out what this is going to look like, how it's going to be, but they will be back. We will have father conversations, because we're both father. Demetrius got 2 boys, so I got 2 boys, so we gonna have that conversation, relationship conversation. Like I wanted to, you know, put a platform together and just have that open conversation and dialogue. This is nothing like my podcast. Podcast is more people sharing their story. I just want to have conversational topics on the table, and then just hearing different viewpoints about it. So that's what this whole platform is supposed to be about, and everything like that. So, hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. They will be back, and go listen to the episodes of the podcast. They got a couple. Both of them have an episode on my podcast. This is a shameless plug. Go follow the True Life and Health. What is it? True Life and Health Academy.
Yeah, University.
True Life and Health University. And then go follow the Royal Umbrella. I'll put the links to all of their stuff in the description. This will live on YouTube. Y'all can find their information out on there as well. So, again, thank y'all fellas for joining. I would say, I don't know if I'm going to have y'all back next week, because I don't even know if y'all going to have time. Y'all hear they busy schedule. They out here grinding.
Always got time. Always got time.
Keep up with you.
Hey, I'll leave the people with this piece of positivity. Don't panic. Just get prepared, man. All of these storms that we're going through, they've happened before, and this may be the end, but history shows that we've gone through different crises, and we bounce back, and the economy gets back on normal. Everybody gets back into their sanity. So I don't want people to panic so much to the point where it, what is it called? Demobilize them, where they don't move, and just get on that forefront of just working, man, and just grind to get, like Demetrius is getting them soft skill sets. And Joe, they like you in the house get that body right, like, cause the summer is gonna come and y'all gonna everything gonna start to stabilize, and y'all gonna be like, man, I still ain't working my summer body, and I'd have had an extra 3-4 months.
Hey, I'm gonna get you, Reggie. I'm coming.
You're right. Listen, I put in the game, man. Like, every time I'm seeing Joe, like, oh man, Demetrius in there 3 hours, like daily deposits. He always in there putting in deposits.
Good.
Telling you. You don't want this summertime to come around. You got a whole house full of tissue. You know what I'm saying? But you got the rolls on your stomach too. You know what I'm saying? You got to find balance.
You got the rolls back there too.
Yeah, back on his neck and everything. Like, man, like, we gotta take advantage of these. ET said, like, you gotta take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime within the lifetime of the opportunity, because the window closes and you don't get it back. So we got to take advantage, be safe, be healthy, and just, have that positive impact, man. And we'll see y'all in the next episode.